Welcome back to Building Together. At this channel, we love Lego Castle, and this year we got the epic Lion Knights Castle. After we built it, reviewed it, and tore it apart, we decided to do some MOC challenges. For those of you who are new to Lego, MOC stands for My Own Creation. A couple of months ago, Julia, Autumn, and I did a challenge, and it was pretty tough. We had 90 minutes to build something, including all the planning and building time. In the end, our creation turned out okay. More importantly, we had a ton of fun. But something was nagging at me. Could I build something cooler on my own? Could I keep pace with some of the stuff that you see on rebrickable.com? Inspired by those old 1980s era Lego sets that had alternate builds on the back of their boxes, I set out on a mission to build an incredible alternate build for an already epic set. So give yourself 4,600 pieces and it's gotta be easy to build something, right? Wrong. I had to determine what I was building. The simple decision was to make something medieval. After all, my brick selection was a lot of gray with some other earth tones thrown in. This wasn't going to be a Friends-themed build. At first, I toyed with building a keep, but I struggled with the base and I just wasn't feeling it. So then I went a different route, a medieval cottage. Lego Castle is full of castles, keeps, outposts, and jousts, but the medieval era civilian life is underrepresented in this theme. So with my project in mind, I started on a basic shell of a cottage. I put some plates together for the base, added some profile bricks, and boom, I was on my way. However, I didn't want to keep the build too simple. One trick I've learned in 35 years of building with Lego is that you can always start with a concept and then make it more complex. In other words, level it up. What are some things that I wanted to level up? First, the windows. A basic window is pretty easy, but adding some architectural detail provides a much better look to the build. To make my windows look better, I flipped these macaroni tiles on their side using snot bricks. Then I added 1x1 half-round tiles below them to provide some more stone detailing, plus some flowers at the base. Finally, I included the scroll bricks to make the wall look better so that the flower beds don't seem to jut out randomly. After figuring out the windows, I moved on to the brick-built door as well as the corners of the cottage. You know, the corners can look clunky when you're using a lot of profile bricks, so I wanted to add something there. I made use of the 1x4 and 1x8 tiles in dark blay to make the corners look a bit more framed in. For the door, I kept the dark blay tiling as a frame, then made use of 1x1 modified bricks with clips to attach the door. One thing you can always want to avoid in your MOCs is a large, flat wall. Windows can help with this, especially if they're offset, but we can continue to level up our walls with other details. For instance, a fireplace can add depth to your wall. I used a combination of techniques here, such as facet bricks, inverted slopes, and headlight bricks. On the other side of the cottage, I wanted to add a place for the firewood, so I built a small area using reddish brown and nougat colored bricks. For the roof, I copied the thatched roof technique from the Lion Knights Castle. Now you might think that's enough, but I wanted to make use of as many pieces as possible. I decided to add some greenery to the side of the wall. This keeps the details similar to the original set and adds some much needed color to the build. Next to the chimney, I included a nook for some hay by using a snot technique for the roof along with a pitchfork. Finally, I added some smoke coming out of the chimney since our Lego family sure uses their fireplace quite a bit. A limiting factor in alternate builds is building a roof when you may not have a lot of pieces that work for that purpose. In this case, it was pretty clear that I needed to use large plates for the roof, but plates by themselves can be a little bit plain. To mitigate this, I added some dark blade tiles throughout and put some thatching at the bottom. To cap off the roof, I placed some cheese slopes. Our Lego family Doesn't need any leaks keeping them cold during those winter months. The difficulty, though, with Lego roofs can be attaching them to the creation. Ball joints and modified plates with clips are two frequently used techniques, but those pieces were in relatively short supply in the Lion Knight's castle. Instead, I decided to use 1x2 hinge bricks with a 2x2 hinge plate. Is this the most stable technique out there? No, but it works well enough. Now we move on to the interior. Here's a pro tip for all you builders out there. Think about your interior details while you're building. In this case, I wanted the cottage to open up a bit using hinge bricks. The small footprint of the cottage, as well as my larger hands, means that just removing the ceiling isn't always effective. Yet using hinge bricks adds a confounding factor to this mix. You can't close off the seam where the cottage splits apart, and for me, that meant designing a fireplace that opens up. In the end, I was pretty pleased with how I was able to put that together. Elsewhere on the main level, I added a supply shelf, a table, some chairs, and a nice hardwood floor. Alternating the various shades of brown on the floor provided a nice look. The upstairs decor posed a unique challenge. Whatever I designed for that level had to fit within the slope of the roof. This meant keeping the furniture small. Still, I was able to include a bed, a dresser, a chair, and even a weapons rack to the loft. A little yellow railing added safety and some color to the interior. Oh, and don't forget to provide your minifigs with a way to climb up. Now, you might be thinking I was all done with my MOC at this point, but I wasn't. Our Lego family needs water, so I built a small well out of some of the remaining profile and facet bricks, rigged it with a small Technic mechanism so that they can raise and lower the bucket, and added a nice thatched roof. Now, they won't die from dehydration. One more thing I decided to add was a horse cart for our family. Carts are not my specialty, but I was really pleased with how this turned out. Using ball hinges for the sides, I was able to make this humble, simple cart so they can transport their crops and goods into the nearby town. The final touches were some trees, flowers, and other greenery around the outside of the cottage. These details might seem small, but they add a professional touch along with some color to the creation. So there's my Lion Knight's Castle alternate build. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you would build if you had this set. Oh, and before you leave, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Both are completely free and help us out quite a bit. Thanks for watching, everyone, and always remember to keep building together.